Hello and welcome to this Facebook Live by The Quint. We are joined by Justice A.K. Ganguly, former judge of the Supreme Court, and we are going to be speaking about something that has been unprecedented in Indian history. Four sitting judges of the Supreme Court coming out and registering a sort of dissent against the administration of the judiciary and the Chief Justice of India yesterday. Firstly, sir, as I said, it is unprecedented. What do you have to say? Because something like this has never really happened in the judiciary before.
You are quite right. This is unprecedented, and this has not happened not only in the history of Indian judiciary, but I think it has not happened in the history of other top courts in the several democratic countries in the world. This is something which is unheard of, but the situation must have been very desperate for these judges. Well, I am not exactly supporting the move they have taken, but at the same time I can't criticize them either, because they are very senior and responsible judges, and they are experienced people. They must have felt that the administration of justice in the way it is going on in Supreme Court was not on proper lines. Therefore, they were having a pricks of their conscience. Therefore, the learned judge, Justice Chalmeshwar, said, we have come out openly so that the posterity cannot say that we have sold our souls. Exactly. And the other learned judge, Justice Gogoi, said that we are, by doing so, paying our debt to the nation. Exactly. So they were doing a national duty. They were conscious of that. Even then they came out and sort of spilled the beans, if I may say so.
So what they said yesterday was actually very, very problematic in terms of just what it says about our democracy. Like, they said that, our democracy in itself is in danger, and a lot of what they said actually showed that there might be certain executive pressures from the executive on the judiciary, and then how the CJI is then administering the judiciary. So what do you have to say about that, the sole independence of the judiciary has been questioned by them?
Yes, I am telling you, there was an article which I have read years ago, written by Justice Tulsapurkar, one of the most erudite and very independent judge. Justice Tulsapurkar said that the threat to the independence of judiciary is not from without but from within. If the judges are strong and independent, no judicial interference is possible. I can say that about myself. I have decided, not only I have decided, several judges have decided many important cases, but there has been never any case of interference by the judiciary. It's not possible.
But sir, given the fact that 4 judges have now come out, you think in order to restore order in the Supreme Court, the judiciary should intervene? Or do you think now the Chief Justice of India should be speaking to all the judges of the Supreme Court and try and figure out this situation?
Yes, the administration of justice, about which the learned judges, 4 judges complain, the problem should be sorted out. The creases should be ironed out by the judges themselves, by extending the dialogue and by openly exchanging their views and evolving a mechanism of consensus. Because assigning a particular case to a particular bench is certainly the prerogative, and under the judgment of Supreme Court is the right of the Chief Justice of India. But that right or that power should not be exercised arbitrarily. Should not be exercised in such a manner that even the judges feel that justice is not done. These top judges, they are feeling that justice is becoming a scapegoat in the way things are sort of assigned before benches, matters which have very, very far-reaching consequences. In those matters, the top judges, senior-most judges are bypassed, and matters are being sent before relatively junior judges.
So, sir, again, something that you just mentioned, the fact that was mentioned in the letter that the 4 judges actually presented to the CJI, which was about selectively assigning cases to certain benches, and they said that a lot has gone wrong because of this selective assigning. What do you have to say about that? Because that is something that they say is really intrinsic to the meting out of justice by the Supreme Court. So if that is manipulated with, that is really a bad sign for our democracy.
Yes, certainly it is. Selective assignment, by that they must have meant the assignment is not done on proper basis. When cases of far-reaching importance should normally go before senior benches, senior judges constituting benches. If it is found that these matters are routinely assigned to benches where the learned judges have not reached the level of seniority, then there is a question mark, and that is what they have raised. These things should be sorted out by the judges themselves. No other agency can do it.
Now, sir, coming to a very important question that has also been raised, though the 4 judges haven't really explicitly said this, but there is a strong reason to believe that this outburst may have been caused by the death of Justice H.C. Loya, and that now there is a plea coming up. There is going to be a hearing in the Supreme Court on Monday regarding this. So do you think that is one of the reasons why this has happened, and what do you think should be the step taken by the courts on Justice H.C. Loya's death?
From what was expressed yesterday in the press conference and what I read in the newspapers today, the matter relating to Justice Loya's death, a petition has been filed in Supreme Court, and that has been assigned to a bench presided over by Justice Arun Mishra. I think that possibly on that decision the learned judges, 4 judges, because Justice Chalmeshwar openly said that we wanted to persuade the Honorable Chief Justice this morning about something, but we failed to do so. Maybe this was the matter. Because Justice Ranjan Gogoi, on a question being asked, said that is it about Judge Loya's death, that case? He possibly answered in the affirmative. So this may be the matter which triggered the situation.
And what do you think should be the way forward? In terms of the Chief Justice of India, do you think he should really, now that it has come to the public domain, think about the assignment of that case to his brother?
Matters of assignment, I'm not talking particularly about that particular case, but in matters of assignment, the Chief Justice should take the views of the learned senior judges. The matters of great importance which come before the Supreme Court for decision, on which depend so many things. The strength of the democratic mechanism in our country, and so many things which have far-reaching consequences. These things should be decided by senior judges. Should be, in my opinion. These matters should be decided by senior judges, by benches constituting senior judges.
So, last question to you. Something that we spoke about yesterday, and something that the 4 judges have also, of course, raised in their letter, which is that the Chief Justice of India is the first amongst equals. But in the administration right now of the judiciary, it does not, the attitude taken by the Chief Justice is not adhering to that. So, what do you think should now be the way forward for the CJI to really solve this conflict in the top court that has come out? How do you think the Chief Justice of India should be approaching this situation?
I think the Honourable Chief Justice of India should sit with not only those 4 judges, with all the judges in a full court, and to resolve this impasse, to resolve these things, because this is a very serious issue. Our Supreme Court is too precious and too important an institution to be ignored. It should function smoothly and properly. We cannot afford to see such institution being, its functioning being impeded by internal squabbles. It must function smoothly. People have a lot of respect and if I may say so, totally respect, a lot of confidence on this institution. It's a national institution of great importance. It is the last court in the largest democracy in the country. It has international repercussions. And this is the strongest court in the world. Having its writ runs over 1/6 of the human race. Think of the mammoth proportion of the problem. So it's certainly a very serious question, and must be sorted out by the honourable learned judges in a befitting manner.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir. So that was Justice A.K. Ganguly talking to us about the decision taken by 4 sitting Supreme Court judges yesterday to come out and register their dissent and speak against the Chief Justice of India and the administration of the judiciary currently in the country. We are following that story very closely on The Quint. More on that soon. Thank you for watching.